Hello friends, hope you're doing well. Actually, I should have told this little earlier. I am not an instructor, rather consider this series as my own journey of learning F#. In this series, will see me searching things on Google, collecting resources from ChatGPT, Gemini and more. You will not see me building something really crazy, but if you are a complete beginner and you want to learn, you can follow along with me. Let's start learning. Here in ChatGPT, I have got a comprehensive list of topics actually what we have to learn or what actually I want to learn. So first of all, it says the basics of syntax. The first thing we get here is introduction to F#. We already have done this. I think we have written the hello world program in F# in our earlier video. So today I want to learn late bindings and immutability. So let's scroll down and see what ChatGPT says about. It says late binding. In F#, the late keyword is used to bind a value to a num. Once a value is found, it cannot be changed unless explicitly declared as mutable. So let's write some code and see what happens. So here I'm going to write a variable let text. I want it to be a string. Hello world. A typo, it doesn't even matter. So let's print it on the console. If I build this program and run it, this is printing this hello world message. So let's get back to ChatGPT. What's mutability and binding all about? We already have seen what is binding. We already declared a variable and bound it to a value, hello world, but we're not yet to the mutability. So let's get back to ChatGPT. What it says about ChatGPT mutability is, look at this line over here. Once a value is bound, it cannot be changed unless explicitly declared mutable. So it's about the value assignments. So let's try to change the value of text variable. Text I want to assign a value like this. Let's assign something else apart from hello world. This is a different value. So you can already see a red underline. That means there is an error and it should be a compilation error, but I'll be writing this print statement. Actually I'll be copy pasting this. So if I want to build this program, let's see what happens. As expected, this says this value is not mutable. Consider using mutable keyword. I let mutable text expression. Okay, let's try to add this mutable keyword after this let, and the red underline is gone. So if we build it again, build completed, that means successful. And if we run it, you can see two values are printed. Guys, I can actually recall about an interesting difference between this mutable keyword and another keyword we actually see in languages like Java, C#, JavaScript and C++. Can you guess that? That thing is actually const. So I want to point out those differences between this const and this mutable keyword. Let's see what are they. For that I want to create a C# program. Allow me some time. So this is a completely empty C# console program. So From the previous example we have seen in our F sharp, we tried to assign our variable values to it and we had problems. Then we had to solve it using our mutable keyword. So let's see what happens if we actually do the same thing in C sharp. So let's say we have a string variable like this, string text hello world, okay, then console, and just to print it t text, okay, it's printing good. Then if we just reassign and changed the value of this text variable like this, text is equal to this is a different text, okay, and let's just print this thing. Actually I'll be copy pasting this thing. You can see both values are printed. Actually reassignment of a value inside this same variable is not an issue in C sharp, but it's a big issue in F sharp. So let's try to produce this scenario, actually this issue in C sharp, with our const keyword. So const, actually I am declaring a string variable with const keyword prefaced, text hello world, okay, pretty good. Also write line text, it will do good and print this hello world as expected. But if we want to reassign this value, let's see what happens. Text is equal to, this time it says hello universe. We already can see this text variable have an underline. Just to copy paste, and this time if we bind and run this program, you can see this error message: the left hand side of an assignment must be a variable, property or indexer. So there is a compilation error. That means a variable declared with this const keyword can be reassigned in the entire lifetime of this program. So if we just remove this const thing, everything gets fixed. So we can just think this const keyword very much opposite to our mutable keyword, right? So let's get back to this ChatGPT thing. We have already seen this, so let's just try to study this immutability thing. It says immutability means that once a value is set, it cannot be changed. This concept is functional in F sharp as it promotes safer and more predictable code. It forces you to think about how data flows through your program without accidental side effects. Accidental side effects means when we write programs, we actually want to reassign our variables, and this can create mess sometimes. After that, we already have seen this code example. Let's see this use cases. Sorry, I want to see this point why immutability matters. It says predictability, we already know that. Concurrency, it says immutable data can be safely shared between multiple threads. Concurrency, threading, parallelism, this is something really advanced topic, so we don't want to discuss this thing in this beginner level video. After that, it says functional programming. F sharp emphasizes functions that avoid changing data, pure functions, making programs more reliable and less prone to bugs. So what is actually functional programming? We already heard about the different paradigms of programming, something like object-oriented, procedural programming, and functional programming. So what actually functional programming is? I don't want to dig deep, but I just want to ask ChatGPT what actually functional programming all about. So let's just copy paste this thing. What is functional programming? Let's see what it says. I don't want to dig that deeper. It says functional programming is a paradigm that treats computation as the evaluation of mathematical functions and avoid changing state or mutable data. In functional programming, the primary building of code are pure functions, functions that always produce the same output for the same input and have no side effects.